Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to tell you today about how I support the George Bizos section at the Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg, South Africa. Okay, George Bizos was Nelson Mandela's lawyer at the famous Rivonia trial. It was a team. He defended the team of. He had three defendants, and it was the team of Nelson Mandela, Govan Mbeki, and Walter Sisulu, which were three anti-apartheid activists. Well, they were sentenced to life in prison by the apartheid government, but they were spared the death penalty, okay? Had George Bizos not been the one defending those guys, they could have easily gotten the death penalty. As I pointed out, I don't believe they intentionally targeted women and children in the installations they were bombing, particularly Nelson Mandela, but it was an electrical plant where 200 people were near it. I mean, they did what they could to minimize civilian casualties, and it was an unjust apartheid government who didn't give blacks equal rights in their own country. And it was white people's country too. But as Nelson Mandela said at the trial, I fought against black domination, I fought against white domination. So if George Bizos doesn't have his section there he helped get Nelson Mandela off the death penalty. Had it not been for him, Nelson Mandela probably would have been executed, number one. Number two, when Nelson Mandela said he fought against black domination and white domination, if you don't have a section for somebody like George Bizos, then even though white domination's not part of that museum, black domination can become part of it. That's one reason George Bizos, back in 2008, he allowed Chinese South Africans to benefit from black economic empowerment because Chinese South Africans were treated just about as bad as blacks during the apartheid years. And like I said, I have issues with the Chinese government, with the People's Republic of China government, not its people. And how Chinese South Africans were treated during that time was horrible. And it shouldn't have happened. But if blacks are going to benefit from black economic empowerment, then Chinese South Africans need to too. So that's why the Bezos section needs to be at the Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg, because it's the right thing to do. And he turned 90 years old not even 2 months ago. So happy belated 90th birthday to George Bizos. Came out with a new book. I look forward to reading it. Anyways, whoever's doing well, take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.